Hey everyone, how are you? Today we are going to discuss about vocabulary building, how to improve your vocabulary, how to remember the words for the longest time, and what are those strategies, tools, techniques, tricks to know more words as well as remember them and retain them for the longest period of time. So let's get started. Now, the objective of today's session is first of all to understand the role of words in the exams we are going to attempt as well as the role of words in our lives. Why it is so important to learn new words. Secondly, what are the different various methods to build vocabulary? Total number of words to learn. You can take a target of 10 words, 15 words, 20 words, and number of words to learn daily. Apart from this, we'll also discuss how you can really record the words in different ways, like 5 words which can be synonym, or you can just take one word and write 5 synonyms, 5 antonyms in front of it and remember like that. So there are various ways you can record words so that you have to revise less and you can remember the word again with least amount of efforts. And what are high frequency words? What are the benefits or what are the pros and cons of learning these kind of words? Are they really useful, or like why are we doing it? All these things. So just some hint, we do for high frequency words, to be very honest, mainly from exam point of view. Very rarely people use these words in their like day-to-day language, common language. But yes, when we're reading newspaper, magazines, a lot of time we have this urge to look up to dictionary for new words because we don't know. And just to avoid wasting that time, if we know some high frequency words as well, we can save a lot of time, like just we have to read the magazine, novel, newspaper, whatever we are reading, and we can save a lot of time for that dictionary time, right? After every page we are looking for 3 to 4 words. That is something we can definitely avoid, and of course that is going to help you with your exam as well. Now let us take a look at this example. Her dash should not be confused with miserliness. As long as I have known her, she has always been willing to assist those who are in need. So see, now if you see, there are two sentences. Both are connected by a semicolon. Can you see a semicolon just before as? So whenever two sentences are connected by a semicolon, both the sentences should ideally give you the same meaning. The second sentence states that she helps people who need her help. That means she definitely spends money, but whenever there's need, not unnecessarily. That's why I cannot call her miserly, right? Miserly means in Hindi we call it conjuice. So no, she's not conjuice, she's not miserly because she does help people who are in need. So her what should not be confused with miserliness. Let's have a prediction. What kind of word do we need? We can say her being wise with money should not be confused with miserliness, isn't it? Now, which is the word which means someone who is wise with money? You can take a look at the options. Those who will be watching recording can pause for a while, like guess the answer and then resume. So the correct answer here is C, frugality. Frugality is someone, or basically is a habit wherein you're very wise with spending money. You do it after a thought. You're not, of course, very miserly or conjuice. You're just basically spending money in a smart manner. Stinginess is actually similar to miserliness. The other synonyms will be parsimonious, niggardly, tight-fisted, etc. Diffidence is opposite of confidence, like someone who is very shy, timid, underconfident, etc. Illiberality, again, as the name suggests, opposite of liberality, a little narrow-minded, not that free-minded, and everything. Intolerance, like you can't tolerate something and you have resistant towards something, so resistance. So of course the correct answer here will be C. Okay. Now what are the various methods to build vocabulary? So I have just made or listed some methods. For example, let's see here. Contextual meaning, as in when you just read something from paragraph, you just figure out the meaning if the word is negative or positive, at least, because of course there's a sentence or overall newspaper, an article you're reading in a newspaper. So if overall statement is negative and a word is used there, you don't know the word, still you can figure out, yeah, this word is negative because the overall context is negative, isn't it? So a lot of times you don't have to look up to dictionary and you can figure out or guess the word based on the sentence. That is known as you're building vocabulary from the context. The second way is roots or etymology. Now there's so many words in the dictionary. You can't know all the words in the dictionary, isn't it? And you don't even have to know. But then just so that you will know majority of the words in exam, what you can do, what you can do is you can know all the roots, because roots are very few. There are 200 to 300 roots, from which at least 20 to 30,000 words are being made. Not every word will have root, but yes, majority of words do have roots, right? So the studying the words or learning the word through roots is known as etymology. And if you let's even if you know, let's say 100 or 150 roots, actually you're very good to go. You can get a lot of new words coming your way in exam, even though they may not be covered in the class, or you may not have done it during a preparation time, because roots, all 10 words or 20 words through that common root will somehow have some common origin or some common reference point. There will be somewhere similar, there will be some similarity in meaning. We will definitely do all these examples from context, roots, mnemonics. Mnemonics means you associate a word with something or someone to remember remember the word as well as its meaning for the longest period of time. Now, fourth method, or like I would say design, the method or technique is connotation of words. Again, positive or negative sound, like or emotion. Words have some positive or negative connotation attached to it, and based on that, again, you can figure out or guess the meaning. Fifth is word groups. So instead of learning 10 random unrelated words, what you can do is just learn one new word, and like in your notebook, for example, give there'll be certain lines. So give two space to one word, write that in front of it, write 4 to 5 synonyms, below that write 4 to 5 antonyms. So learn 10 words like this which are interrelated. That way you'll remember the word for the longest time. At the same time, in a day you're easily learning 10 to 15 words without really getting confused, or without any risk or that if you may not go back to it, you might forget. The chance of forgetting will be very meager, very less. And last but not the least is secondary meaning. A lot of words have primary as well as secondary meaning. We know the primary meaning, but sometimes we can get confused about secondary meaning. For example, very simple word bear, bear, bear. So what is bear? One is bear is the animal, and second bear is I can't bear, or I can't bear and see one person bothering another. Like I can't bear, like I can't see this. So you can't withstand, you can't tolerate. Bear means that as well. There are many more words. Again, as I said, we'll do examples of all these 6 methods. Now let's start with the first method, that is contextual meaning. Now read a small passage or excerpt from a book, magazine, novel, newspaper, etc. and learn to understand the meaning of words from their context. Now here I'll give you one example, which is he had just recovered from a debilitating illness and looked pale and listless. So, what do you think? You may not know the word of debilitating. You might be seeing this word for the first time, but can you guess the meaning of the word debilitating and listless? I think you can. Right, so he has just recovered from debilitating illness. So means this illness must have weakened him like anything, right? Must have made him weak. And he looked pale. Pale means pretty yellow, weak again, and listless. So although if I just randomly ask you one day, please tell me the meaning of listless, you might get confused. Okay, listless is someone who does not have list or something like that. But here you won't guess that meaning. Again, you will know okay, listless is someone who is very lazy, very innovated, someone who doesn't have a lot of energy anymore. Listless, so basically from this context it is easy to guess the meaning. Listless means someone who doesn't have energy, right? Innovated, whereas debilitating means something which makes you weak, extremely weak. So he's just recovered from an illness which made him weak, and that's why he's looking very pale and without energy. Yeah. Okay, now one more passage you can read. So again, some words or something I've highlighted, like breakthroughs made by humans have made us the dominant species on our planet. However, several eminent scientists are concerned that our way of life is putting an unprecedented strain on the earth. So what is the meaning of unprecedented? Let's say second line, unprecedented strain. So it's something which you cannot precede. Unprecedented, you can remember something you cannot precede. For example, you break some record which has not been done before. So what you have done today, you have broken the record and it has not been preceded yet. So what you have done today is unprecedented, isn't it? For example, we see one word, let's say third paragraph, second last line, pristine. The chemicals enter our food chain, moving from fish to mammals to us. Our crops are also grown on land that is far from pristine. So pristine means pure, spotless, etc. Affected species include the polar bear, so not even the Arctic is immune. Immune means protected or resistant from it. Now, if we see the last paragraph, reducing waste and clearing up pollution costs money, yet it is our quest. It is our quest, as in it is our, yes, it is our adventure, it is our goal for wealth that generates so much of the refuse. Normally, refuse has two meanings again. That I will refuse to do this. Like I'll say no. Refuse also means a lot of waste, clutter, etc. Pervasive, last word pervasive. When you read the sentence, you'll figure out okay, something is like spreading or widespread. So pervasive is yes, widespread. Now we have not done all the words. So this is an exercise for you to practice now because we have done this. We have done a previous this one like exercise as well. So I want to practice this exercise on your own and guess the rest of the meanings and then look up to the dictionary to match if you have guessed the correct meaning or not. And I would love your answers in the comment box for rest of the words. Now, root words, second method is root words. Now, there are some common roots. For example, as you can see, ben, you, lock, for, mal, veritas, miss, dis, ambi, um, etc. So bene and ben, first and last, as you can see, it means something good. EU also means good, right? Eudora, euphoria, euthanasia. Now you must be wondering how come euthanasia be a good word? It is because if you just see its meaning in the dictionary, it means mercy killing. When someone is suffering, you're giving the person a good death. So euthanasia, EU is good, and thanasia. You must have seen Avengers. So Thanos, god of death. So Thanos is death and EU is good. So you're giving someone good death, it's euthanasia. That's how the terminology or word originated. Now LOC, lock means talk. So loquacious, someone who is loquacious is extremely talkative. Fore is front. So forehead, forerunner, etc. Mal is bad. Veritas is truth, etc. Ambi is both, right? And now voro is greed. Dict is diction, yes, speak. Contra is opposite, etc. Miss or missine means anti or hate. Now, let's see these few words. For means front or ahead. So forecast means you have predicted something well before time, isn't it? Forecast and forewarn are almost similar, but forewarn is like you have predicted something against negative. Forecast can be anything. Like I'm forecasting today it might rain. It's not any negative thing. Forewarn, but can be a little negative. Like something bad is going to happen, and you're guessing okay, like I'm forewarning you well before time. This is what may happen. Now foretell again to predict someone's future. Forestall to avoid well before time, to stall it before time, right? Because this is going to happen, so you've done something to prevent it. Forbear, again, signs of something is going to happen. Like if I say there's a lot of wind, that is a forebear, harbinger of a lot of storm today, a lot of rain today. Now, ben, born is good. So, benevolent. Benevolent means volo. Ben is good, volo is wish. So, a well wisher is benevolent. Benign, again, a kind, good hearted, nice person. Benefactor, someone who gives good to others. Who gives good to others? Helpful people, charitable people, isn't it? Benediction. Diction means to speak, and bene is good. So to give blessing. Blessing is basically benediction. And bona fide, last but not the least, bona fide. Bona is good, fide is faith. So bona fide certificates you might have heard, right? So something given in good faith. Next, lock is talk. So colloquial is informal talk of daily basis, right? Like we talk to our friends. Circumlocution means घुमा घुमा के बात करना, like to beat around the bush, to talk in circles. That is circumlocution. Eloquence means someone is very fluent, articulated. Soliloquy is solo talk. For example, in a lot of theater or plays you must have seen there's a light on single character and they're speaking something for like 5 to 10 minutes. That is soliloquy, solo dialogue. Right? Obloquy, criticism, loquacious, again extremely talkative. Now, Mel. Mel is a bad, I would say, bad word. Like Mel is something very bad. Like malfunction, you must have heard. Malnutrition, you must have heard. So malicious, malicious intent means bad intent, some harmful intent. Malediction, if we have just done, if benediction is can be blessing, malediction can be curse. Malefactor, someone who does bad to others, so can be a villain. For example, malignant. Malignant is someone, Again, malignant tumor, so harmful, right? Or something which destructive, something which is destructive. Malign someone's reputation, again to harm someone's reputation. And malevolent, someone who wishes bad for others. Volo is to wish. Now, I'm giving you some homework now. EU. So you have to make 3 to 4 words from these roots. And again, comment your answers in the comment box below. Write your answers in the comment box below, and I would reply to your answers. We will discuss there. I would look forward to that. So EU, I'll give you one hint. Again, euthanasia, eudora. Eudora is a good gift. Then euphoria, that I've given you 3. I think one is something you can definitely make. Pre. I think pre is extremely easy. You will right now only get 4 words very easily within 1 minute if you think. Right? We can start with predict, for example, and then rest you think. Premonition. Im. Im. What comes to your mind? Impossible. Right? What else? So again, write your words in the comment box below. I'll look forward to that. A third technique is mnemonics. What is mnemonics? A mnemonic is a trick or device used to aid or help memory. You can create an association with a person, place, thing, situation, etc. For example, there's a word servile. What does that mean? Servile is someone who is very obedient. But how would you remember this word? So you can remember this word is servile is anyone who is servant-like, because servant is any servant or servants are obedient. That we relate servant with obedience, right? That. So it doesn't mean servant like, it means obedient only, but how would you remember the word with this? Fractious. Fractious again is someone who is very quarrelsome, but again, how would you remember with the word friction? Okay, fractious is someone who creates friction between two people or creates friction anywhere else, means someone who is a little quarrelsome. Right now, you can again an example of you can associate a word with someone, and then like you associate a word with someone and then remember it can be your parents, your friends, a famous business person, politician, celebrities, anyone. Now, connotation of words. So some words are associated with specific feelings such as positive, negative, or neutral. Sympathy, empathy, apathy, antipathy. Now, pathos means feeling or emotion. So, sympathy will be someone like you can sympathize. You can understand someone's problem. Okay, somebody's going through something bad. You can say, yeah, I understand, but you might not have gone through the same thing. You're just consoling. Whereas empathy means you literally understand, you might have gone through the same thing, and then you say, I understand. For example, let's say you have topped the class and the other person did not even pass. So to that person who did not even pass, you can sympathize, right? But if you have also passed with very less marks or did not pass, and to other person you can then empathize. Okay, I can understand how you're feeling. So exactly, if you're in the situation, if you're in the shoe in that person's shoes, you can empathize, otherwise you can sympathize. Apathy means indifferent, you don't care. And antipathy means against, anti feelings, like you're against someone, you're aggressive or hostile towards someone. Now, divide these following words into 2 categories, that is positive and negative. And for example, elated. Elated is happy, so must be positive. Bereaved, negative. Sad, jocular, positive. Euphoria, positive. Jocund, positive. Glum, negative. Desolate, negative. Felicity, positive. Melancholy, negative. Gaiety, positive. Forlorn, negative. Regale, positive. Despondent, negative. Plaintive, negative. Anguish, negative, right? So what are the meaning of the words? Again, please write down the word as well as meaning it. But all these words which are there in the positive side means happy, and all the words negative side means sad, like be it melancholy, despondent, bereaved, desolate, forlorn. All these words, they are synonyms. Half of the words which are on the positive side means happy, and the words which are negative side means sad. That is all. But if you want to discuss much more synonyms, I will discuss with you in the comment box. Now, fifth is word groups. So, as I was saying, instead of learning 10 to 15 random words which are not even related to each other, and you might forget those words even though you work very hard and remember them, what you can do is similar meaning words can be grouped together and can be learned easily. So, you don't need to spend time to know the meaning of individual words. So, for example, the word funny, if you're learning, you can learn like 5 to 6 words which will be synonyms. So not only you remember all these words, 6 words, but also because they're related, you will not forget them very soon, isn't it? Let's see one more example. Criticize. So again, if you remember 6 to 7 synonyms, make group of words groups like this in your notebook and try to remember words like this rather than learning 6 to 7 or 10 random words. I feel If your target is 10 to 15 words daily, this method is better than 10 scattered and unrelated words. Now, our next technique is secondary meanings. A lot of words, like, they have two meanings. The primary meaning is something we are familiar with, but the secondary meaning we will be totally, unaware of that. So we will discuss some words in the sentence here. It is appropriate to appropriate the property of an offender. So it is right to seize the property of an offender. That's the meaning. Or the party is qualified to support us, but it cannot give a qualified support. The party is like eligible to support us, but cannot give an adequate support, good enough support. Now, flag. Now, some examples of secondary meaning. Flag. So flag is declined, right? Flag also means something which we hoist on 15th August, 26th January. Then commute, to reduce punishment. Pan also means pan India, all over. It also means to criticize someone. Or for example, last word, if you see fleece, it also means cheat. But what is the primary meaning of fleece? Fleece is something which is there in the jackets, mainly jackets, winter jackets, which protects you from winter and gives some warmth, right, to the body. Apart from that, other words like sap. Sap is what? Sap is something you can see in the second row, third word. Sap is something like leaf sap. Sap is there in the trees and plants. It also means to weaken, right? Fugitive is someone who runs away, but fugitive also means something fleeting moment, like temporary, that, isn't it? So thank you everyone. Looking forward to a lot of chatting with you in the comment box. Stay tuned for few more videos in this month, and also for more sessions you can join. Come to Unacademy, use my DA live code to watch my free sessions, that is special classes, as well as join my plus batches, wherein from June 1 again we are starting from scratch, from very basic to advanced level. Those are still looking for management exam preparation, be it CAT or ZAT or any other management exam preparation, I think you can still join, and like, I think within 2 months we can crack it. Thank you everyone.